begin. Hello everyone, Edain here, and today we're going to be playing as Gondor against random AI. But there's a twist. We're going to start going through the quote-unquote Easter eggs of the Edain mod. First one being, whenever you play on a map named Arnor, or a map that's specifically in the Arnor area, you don't play as Gondor, you play as Arnor, the Lost Faction. Faction defeated by the Witch King long ago. And Arnor plays very differently to Gondor. I've got to say, it plays very differently. Moddb is not as good as our QCG Fire already here. Hello. Hello man, good to see you.
Soldiers, keep going. This structure's ready. Ready yourself. Building over here.
So yeah, the plan for Arnor is slightly different to Gondor. You don't go all early game trash and just keep on that forever. You actually go straight to tier 2 and get, well at least that's what I do. I go straight to Arnor Court Guards. Because the Arnor Court, oh we're playing against Angmar, oh I was originally planning to go against Angmar, but instead I thought, oh no, let's make it random. Nope, we still got Angmar anyway. I'm going to go for Architect of Arnor because Lone Tower and the Bloodline of Numenor is better, but we'll talk about that shortly. So firstly, with Gondor, with Arnor even, you still get the same procedures with the Dunedain Rangers as you do with the Aphelion Rangers, and they're exactly the same, pretty much copy-paste, but Arnor gets extra buffs to their units with their Dunedain, which actually makes them stronger than the Aphelion Rangers. For when you get a hero like Arnor instead of Faramir, who buffs Rangers a lot if you keep him in that state. We'll talk about Arnor shortly if we actually do get to Arnor. And they blighted this farm. I'm just going to get rid of it. So I want to build another Ranger tent here. So I'm going to willingly just get rid of this and build a marketplace in its place. Yeah, we're losing money, but at the same time we'd be losing more money if we kept that up, and we'd have to deal with that. So instead, I'm just going to get rid of it, build it in a 9 tent here, so we're still at the 5 cap, we're not above the cap. Just going to sit pretty, and we're going to go straight to tier 2 with our building. Not got any more units yet, we're going to actually get Carthian. He's another hero that can boost the Dunedain, but I think Carthian's boost is actually better than Arnor's boost. But we'll talk about them shortly when we get access to the Rangers. Which for that we need tier 3 Ranger tents, which we currently do not have, but we can very quickly rush for those buildings to be level 10, tier 3.
Stay quiet. The enemy is near. Be alert.
Make ready.
Oh. They're throwing axes, they're throwing axes. Okay, we're going to get... Actually, no, we don't need an archery range, because again, we've got the Ranger tents. So we can actually just sit pretty. And we're going to go straight for Arnor Court Guards. They're slightly more expensive, well, more than twice as expensive as the basic Gondor soldiers. But against Angmar in particular, you actually want the more heavily armoured units, because Rudauer units suffer against heavily armoured units. And they're going full axe thrower, so yeah, we don't actually want to be in this conflict for much longer. We want to go back to our towers.
Be alert.
Oh, damn it. Destroy it before it can be built. Now they don't have that. And here we go, we've got our elite Royal Guard. In fact, instead of getting another one, let's get the Settlers Tools. We're playing a very defensive early games, not at all similar to what we did last time as Gondor. Gondor we had a lot more freedom with what we could have done. Here though we're very strict on what we have to do. We have to go for our elite units. Unfortunately we can't really go any further than what we have already, so everyone got formation, get some more court guard, and yeah, against these pikemen, they're just going to die. Our units on hold ground stance, they are just going to die. They're not going to hold off. Problem is those axe throwers do incredible damage. No matter what they're attacking because of the rude hour buffs. So instead of letting them die, we're going to fall back to the base.
Keep up the attack.
Build another tower. Hopefully it's not too late. Start building another tower.
Keep up the attack. Under attack. Watch your back.
Oh no! Oh, I fed them into the base. That's a very big rookie mistake there. I did a big oops by feeding that unit into the enemy base. Oh, into my base even. Oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. Oh no. Yeah, now we can just kill them off
Evil place shall be on me.
and destroy this camp again. We've got tier 2 ranger tents now, so we've got extra defenders.
We're done building over here.
Do not pause.
And yeah, we're going to need that well for now. Once we're at a certain point, we'll never need that. We'll never need a well again. That's the power of Arnor. You don't even need a well
Take cover, men.
when you hit that late game.
Keep up the attack.
But yeah, don't let them destroy the ranger tents. Carthian, in fact, move up, take this, make it a ranger tent before they can.
This area.
Build a lone tower, because again, Angmar struggles against buildings in the early game. No, no, come on.
This evil place shall be on me.
Damn it, they made it in time. And I lost my royal guard because I wasn't paying attention. Not a good start. Not a good start, not going to lie.
They may be near.
But they are going all axe throwers, and yet they just got killed from the rangers in the camp. So we're sitting pretty. That lone tower should be focusing those thrall masters the second they come up. The thrall masters don't actually always transform, and that can be used to our advantage, because if we don't go near them, it won't transform and it will die, and that's 200 resources the AI has used up.
They may be near.
And yep, there we go.
Keep up the attack.
Yeah, this last slot is actually kind of a, you can do whatever you want with it.
Do not pause.
For right now, I'm not building anything else. If we build another ranger tent here, then I'll make another townhouse. Right now, though, I don't feel the need to do that, so we're not going to do that. I could do the blacksmith, so I could just get the research upgrades and then never have to build a blacksmith again.
Watch this area.
But that's a very big economy investment, which I don't currently want to be doing. They've got a hero. I'm going to want to walk straight back into my base.
Stay quiet. Be alert.
No reason to fight that much of a threat. Just fall back.
I must be vigilant.
Let the heroes even, there's Monomarth as well. He gets strong with every unit of Kharndoom in his vicinity.
Stay quiet. Go light.
Let them just move into the base and die. Put everyone on guard stance so they actually can survive more of the enemy hero attacks. And the plan here is just let everything die to the towers. Monomarth's already half health. No, Durmarth even is already half health. Monomarth is also half health.
They may be
They're about to destroy a building, rebuild it. I have no intention of letting my buildings fall. Let my units heal while in combat. That is a nice change about the well. You do actually heal your units while even in combat. Yeah, there goes Monomarth. That's at least 4,000. Oh, there's the Witch King. Okay, we need to fall back entirely.
They may be near.
Don't let the Witch King hit this clump. No, no. Oh, God.
Do not pause.
Okay, you two can go in defense stance and just hold off there.
Steady.
Let the Witch King slowly die. That's another hero that makes no difference in how this conflict is going to end. Okay, now start pulling the Witch King out of the base.
They may be near. Be alert. They may be near. Keep up the
Put
attack.
another lone tower.
Steady.
Carthian run away. The Witch King is following Carthian, so we can do a bit of running around with the Witch King. Their best hero, their most elite hero, the hero they're probably never going to buy back because they've spent all the money on him. And look at that, the most dangerous hero is just being run around the base We have no reason to actually fight the Witch King. That would just be a death sentence, and we can start getting our rangers, which means we want to start going ranger tents.
Be alert.
And look at that, Witch King's finally glitched. He's just sat back, and now he's going to die. And Carping got no experience from that. That sucks. And we lost a lot from that. But we killed 3 heroes. That's at least 7,000 or 8,000 resources they're never getting back. And they're probably not going to rebuild those heroes either. So that is a big, big thing for us. For now, we just want to keep going for Royal Guard. And yeah, with the 4 settlers tools now, we should be doing well with money. Also affecting regular infantry. We don't get regular infantry, so that doesn't matter. Defensive position. Now we of course will get tier 3, but that's 600. That's more than a single unit of Royal Guard. That's not worth investing into. Instead, just move them away from the capture points. Take this capture point, make a ranger tent. Unit looks like it's about to die. Run it out.
Go lightly.
And then sit back and heal. That's all we need to do. Not to spend any extra money on pantries. Not to spend any extra money on getting heroes that could potentially die to a large wave. We've been sitting pretty. I'm actually gonna get the blacksmith and get our upgrades with the Arnor. I'm gonna invest my money wisely.
Be alert.
We're just gonna keep this small elite band. We don't need to move out the base. They're not building siege equipment, so we haven't got any need for cavalry. That's the one advantage of small maps like this. They don't typically build cavalry. And we need 3 more power points, and then we get our best stuff. This unit's about to die. Just run it out. The unit's going to follow, and they're going to run into our base, and they're going to die. That is a strategy of just besting AI. You just have to throw their best elite units into the base. They're going to throw themselves onto our arrows, and they will die. Nice and easy. Just increase the healing of these units, so we don't have to consider worrying about that. Arnor's almost ready, so we can soon get our upgrades. And once we get the upgrades, we get rid of the blacksmith, make a townhouse, and we've got our things even cheaper. They're building archers, so these lone towers are going to be really, really efficient at getting rid of these. Because they don't, archers don't normally focus buildings. They sometimes focus buildings like the axe throwers do. Oh, that's a glitch. We've got Aphelion Rangers from this tent. We don't want to be building from that tent. That tent is glitched. We want the Dunedain Rangers from our normal buildings. We don't want the Aphelion Rangers. And again, there's a big reason why. It's because we don't get our special abilities with Aphelion Rangers. Again, don't know why it's glitched. I kind of want to find out why it's glitched, because that's kind of a big problem for us. But yeah, they've got a sorcerer's building, which is really bad for them because AI do not use sorcerers well. They either just slow down our units, or they just soul freeze us, which all that does is delay the inevitable. It doesn't prepare them for a big attack. So yeah, more archers. Why run into them when we're already slower than them thanks to everything that Arnor does? Let's just fall back and prepare to do everything else again. The amount of money we're making is phenomenal. There's no reason why we should be pushing out, expending our resources. And this is 1,100 resources right here that we've saved. We can keep getting a few more Arnor warriors. More axe throwers attacking the tower, the tent. If the tent looks like it's about to be destroyed, I can just use rebuild. We are sitting pretty. Arnor does not advance forward very early because of the fact I'm going straight for my upgrades. We're going to have not cheap upgrades, but cheap units that come from those upgrades. Oh, the sky's raining death. Let's just walk out of that because we can. The tent looks very wounded. We're going to move slightly forward so we can actually get rid of this unit that's destroying our tent. And we don't even need to repair the building because the building is now safe. I'm going to destroy this dark obelisk that's been here since the beginning of the game. And I'm going to throw Carthian out here, make sure my mouse isn't... Well, make sure my mouse is working. Yeah, look at that. They're still just throwing out basic Rude Hour units. If I was this Angmar, I would have given up on those units a long time ago.
Watch this area.
We could also build up an outpost, but then we're trying to defend from 2 fronts on a much larger scale. We don't want to do that. We really don't want to do that. That's a big economic investment. I think now what we want is Malbeth. We want Malbeth. Once the heavy armor has been recruited, we don't need banner carriers. So once heavy armor's been researched, we can get rid of the blacksmith, and then we're good to go. They're going to plague us. I'm going to quickly throw out the heal around my well, so that we can heal around in this plague. Hope we're not killing any of my units, because that would be a big disaster. But yeah, normal, ordinary Arnor troops would die to this plague. Arnor elites survive it. The Arnor elites survive it, and that's why we went straight for them, because I knew the AI would get plague quickly. And an early plague is a big problem. That's a hero, that's Dermoff back again, this time on his more... Oh no, we're still using his guardsman stance. I think the AI doesn't know how to switch between the stances. So yeah, Malbeth, exactly like... what's his face? Denethor, except... Oh, it doesn't work that way. But when Malbeth does it, an economy building instantly brings out huge amounts. But yeah, instead of Denethor's like, oh, you've got to do this now. It's like, he's forewarning against a storm or a lack of ore. I'm just going to build this into a townhouse now. No reason to not build it into a townhouse. Dermoff is fighting against 3 units of elite Arnor veterans. And he is dead. And now we can run away. So yeah, same as Denethor, Malbeth has 3 different stances, which can determine how far away he can use his ability, how fast he can use his ability. And that just gives you a bit more variation on how you want to do things. But you'll always attack straight from the get-go if... Oh wait, these need banner carriers as well, don't they? No, they don't. Ooh. Get the Forge Workers tools. We're also going to... Before we invest in Edain Rangers, I want to get Arnor and Carthian at least level 5. Carthian level 5 gives him Carthian's company. Carthian recruits some of the Rangers of Arnor to serve as the Hill Guards to protect his home. The Hill can appoint as Hill Guards. There's 2 different versions. There's like the King's Exiles, or no, the Exiled Men, or the Hill Guards of Carthian. Hill Guards of Carthian, I think, gets the normal ability of the Rangers, which is the unexpected salvo. Then we have Arnor, who can, if we keep him in a Ranger form, he can give them the arrow volley ability, which they had in vanilla, which is actually really scary. You don't want to be facing against an army that can just suddenly arrow volley you. That's a dangerous precedence. And Malbeth just walk around, say hello to those orcs, just make sure they die. Yeah, those are just basic Gundabad orcs. If they were the Gundabad elite orcs, I'd probably throw my entire army back here to get rid of them. Because yeah, that's something that Angmar can do. What's the plan today besides random AI, Neolori? Well, currently I'm playing as Angmar since, well, Arnor even, since that's the last faction I haven't played as. And then after that, just gonna have having some fun. That's the main thing. Oh, cave troll. Okay.
Be alert.
Yeah. Might play a bit random as well, but right now I've not got any plans. So yeah, now we've got Arnor as well. He is the same as, he's pretty much Faramir. He can, but instead of just having Faramir's basic abilities, he's got something else in his sleeve as well. Where's Sulfur's coming from? That's what I want to know. Oh, there's a guy right there. Okay, I don't know what the AI is doing. I'm a bit scared, not going to lie, so I'm going to go hold ground and defensive stance. Just hold the line as much as possible. Malbeth. Ability can use inherent. Can experience faster. Yep, I'll do that on Arnor. That's not Arnor. Is it Arnor? No, that's Arnor. It's just because the Dark Obelisk is there. It's distracting my vision. Did Carthian snipe down that sorcerer? Good. Good. Oh, no, he didn't. He's still in there. I can't tell. It's too much carnage. I'm going to repair this building even though it's getting debuffed by thing. And look how much money we've got. We're just sitting on 4,000. I could just get Gandalf. But that is actually a really bad idea against Angmar. Because this late in the game, they start getting elite troops that can survive his Wizard Blast. So instead we're going to get double Pantry, not Grand Harvest. We're going to get some Rangers. We're going to get the composite bows.
The choice is clear.
The choice is indeed clear. Since this building... Oh, we can't do it on that. Do it on this building then. Even though I don't need the money. Get some more Royal Guard and then upgrade this building. We can also get Arafant or Arvedui, the King of Arnor, who is basically Boromir. And unfortunately, the way we're playing, Arafant does nothing for our army. If we had cavalry, he would give us something then. Oh, I put him in a if we had the ability to make cavalry as well, in fact, we can actually do that now. I can get rid of the well. Oh no, I need one more command point. One more power points. So yeah, we've got composite bows, but look, we can get the Faithful of Arnor or the Barrow Guards. Barrow Guards get Unexpected Salvo. Faithful of Arnor get the Destructive Fire ability, and they're now building siege. Okay. This is the time when we need to start pushing out against the enemy before they destroy my buildings. Or my base. Not my base, my face.
I must be vigilant. Keep together.
So yeah, Carthian is now level 3. We're going to make these 2 units of Rangers into Barrow Guards. So they get the Unexpected Salvo ability. Which is why we have the composite bows.
Be alert.
With composite bows we can just... oh, for a second I thought they were still on. Or ground stands, they might be actually.
They may be near.
There we go. Now I'm going to hold our ground here. Carthian, I didn't actually mention, can throw down tents constantly. Well, Arnor's power points, I'll go over that shortly once we get a few more. But this is where things start coming around for us. The Bloodline of Numenor. All troops now regain health over time out of combat. That is like the most important thing for Arnor with this playstyle. With my playstyle, this is how you do it. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, they avalanched my base. Don't you know avalanche doesn't hurt the base anymore? It just disables everything. Yeah, they avalanched me. The way I can tell is, well, firstly the snow animation, and also my buildings are disabled. While the base is disabled, it's obvious that the AI used avalanche on me. But yeah, this well I can now get rid of, because we now have the Bloodline of Numenor. So we can now heal outside of combat. Yes, it would be good to have banner carriers, because then we can actually replenish our troops. But you level up so quickly and your units never die, you don't need it. I'm just going to build another townhouse. I'm going to still be building the Arnor Court Guard. And I can also get the Palantir Guard of Amansul, which I'm going to get all 3 of. They are really worth it. Yeah, they get passive healing. They're pretty much elves now. Now, like Gondor, I am not going to get the special building from the outpost. It is garbage. It is so bad. It is perhaps the worst alternative for your outpost in the game. Because all it does is because... Let's just talk about what Gondors can do. You get several upgrades that can make the base more defensible, or the border stronghold more defensible. You get Imrahil, which is a really powerful cavalry hero who can absolutely destroy everything with his abilities. And you also get 2 different units. The Knights of Dol Amroth, which are already really good, because they've got very powerful abilities. But also you have access to a even more powerful unit in the... I'm actually getting another blacksmith to get the banner carriers now. I'm just going to break my rule. But on top of that, you also get the Footmen of Dol Amroth, which are units that I believe boost all other fiefdom units in their radius. So if you have, in particular, a very powerful unit you want to... if you have like a fiefdom-based army, you want to just improve even more, you can do that. But then Arnor gets the Imladra Stronghold. And what does the Imladra Stronghold give you? It gives you, I believe, discounts on your weapons and armor. as if that's actually necessary when you're already rolling in dough because you're Gondor. Gondor can produce more money than most factions in the game. And with characters like Moddb, you can just up that by a metric shit ton. I can now swear this that long in the video. Is there a campaign in Edain? No, there's not a campaign in Edain. There used to be back in 3.8, but it doesn't work in 3.8. And 4.0, there's only 2 missions, but we're not going to talk about that. What else? Oh yeah, so in the enlarged stronghold, you get then more defense against what melee attacks. If you're getting attacked by melee units, there's going to be siege nearby, so it's not going to last much longer anyway. So don't expect that base to hold. It's only got 1 tower, so it's not exactly a strong defensive building. And then you also get, instead of Imrahil, which can boost your army quite significantly as well as your units, you get Glorfindel, who is a hero killer, which is good, but you have an elite army that can literally wipe the floor with any elite units. Any heroes, just anything is going to die to Gondor's elite supremacy in the late game. You've got elites, unexpected salvo on some ranges. You do get, if you go for Arnor as the chieftain, you do get better stuff from that. But honestly, Chieftain Arnor is not that good. Prince Arnor is better than the Exile Arnor by a country mile. By a very long country mile is he better. So we're going to go Barrow. We're going to go full Barrow Guards, full unexpected salvo. I do actually need an archery range, so I'm going to make this into an archery range to get fire arrows for my rangers. And have we not lost any Barrow Guards? Wow. Yeah, those Barrow Guards are really good. Don't mess with Barrow Guards. Oh wait, the rest of my inventory's back here. But yeah, and then you, instead of getting Knights of Dol Amroth and Footmen of Dol Amroth, instead you get Glorfindel's Wind Riders, which, again, we've played Imladris. We know Imladris Cavalry, the base Imladris Cavalry is amazing, but Glorfindel Wind Riders suck. They are so bad. They have a boost to when they're running, so they just run over things, but they don't deal any damage. But then also when they're in melee, they can do massive damage to heroes and elite units, which again you don't need. At level 5, your elite units gives all allies in the vicinity of the Guardians of Arnor gain experience more rapidly, so everything's going to be high leveled. And if it's not high level, then you're doing something wrong, because that's one of the main things you can do with. Why can these not get armor upgrades? Oh, we can only get upgrades if we have a blacksmith. Oh, okay. I did not know that. I did not know you had to actually have the building to make the upgrades. It makes sense, but that wasn't in like the last few mods I've played. So it's been a while since I last did that. I had to remember that.
The choice is clear.
But yeah, that's why I don't like the strategy of must keep in play to maintain the research upgrades. No, I'm not going to get rid of the marketplace. I never get rid of the marketplace in my normal playthroughs, so I'm not going to do it here as well. But if we build a ranger tent again, just to annoy them, and then just fall back. Archer range is tier 2, still can get the upgrades, make it tier 3. You can also get Arnor from the archer range like Faramir, but again, you got the ranger tent, you don't need those upgrades. We're just going to get Arafant and Arvidui anyway. But yeah, that's why I don't get the enlarged stronghold. It does nothing for your faction. It's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. You get nothing from building the enlarged sanctuary. Where if you build an outpost, you can get 2 townhouses. You can get an archery range. You get blacksmiths. You could build a siege works. You just have so many more options. And unfortunately, that's the same for most factions. And yeah, this is why I didn't pick Arafants. All the units I don't build, you can give them all damage. Which, yeah, is really good if you're going to want to go solid Arafant. But again, he's also a hero that doesn't do much. I'm going to get the Linden Watchtower up here because I want to show off the Linden troops. The Linden Watchtower is actually worth building. Because even though the Dunedain are really good, having the Linden Guardians it's just an even more elite unit than what you already had. Like, why would you not want that? Why would you not want even more elite stuff? Okay, that's just rude, so I'm going to build some towers here. Build the fire arrows here. And also you get another hero from here, so like why not build at least one? Should build at least one. Yeah, build another ranger tent. Yeah, I've still never built a single farm since they invented the ranger tents for Gondor. I might try one time to do a non-ranger tent run, but that's not going to happen yet. Especially not as Arnor. Arnor does need the elite archer damage dealers on top of everything else. I'm going to keep the archer range actually and get rid of this townhouse. Unfortunately, I have to kill all those people to do it, but I want the blacksmith back so I can get my upgrades. Upgrades are crucial with Arnor. You don't need a discount, you just need the upgrades. Because again, look at our money. Not only ever since we started pushing out, we've had no problem with our economy because our units do not die. If our units weren't fully upgraded or high level, they would be dying constantly. And now we've got Arvedui, which has an ability where all our units gain armor and resistance to fear if Arvedui is at full life, which he only technically loses full life when he goes below 50% health. And actually, no, it's about 75% health. He counts as having less life. You now got this unit here. Palantir Guard protects an ally. Building the target building becomes invulnerable for 30 seconds. Arnor is the faction, and similar as Gondor, it's just the faction that lives and lives and lives forever. They don't die. Yeah, we got kind of messed up there. But all we're going to do is we're going to step back and we're going to self-heal. That's all we're going to do. And in fact, I will build the Rivendell Stronghold just to prove how bad it is. But yeah, looking at Arnor, their tree is very similar to Gondor. They have Architects of Arnor, which is the same as Gondor. Horn of Arnor, same as Horn of Gondor. Lone Tower, same as Lone Tower for Gondor. Formations of Arnor, exactly the same as Formations of Gondor. But it's actually worse for Arnor because, again, it's only 10% damage in armor for your elite troops, and it's 5 power points. That's a lot. Instead of the Bombard, which is better than the Arrow Volley, you get Arrow Volley. Then instead of Dunedain, you get the detachment from the Shire, which is pretty good if you want to rush for a tier 4 power, but Downfall of Andor isn't really that important. You don't need a massive crowd controlling force. You're better with the army of Gondor. Then we also have Swords of Westerness, which is a unique thing. Instead of having... oh, what else did they have? Well, yeah, we've got Swords of Westerness, which gives a unit immune to magic, poison, and elemental damage, and gives them power against Ring Wraiths and Barrow Wights. So against Angmar, that's going full Barrow Wights. There you go, you got a unit. Against Ring Wraiths like Mordor, or even the Witch King, Swords of Westerness. You're used to getting very powerful elite troops. This is actually better than it looks. It doesn't actually look really good, but it's actually better than it looks. Plead to the Eagles, same as with... Gondor, and then you get the Army of Gondor, which is actually just a better version of the Rise of Rohan in some situations. But yeah, that's another thing. Firstly, it takes forever to build this building. Yeah, trains them largest units and heroes. It should just say Glorfindel and his Wind Riders, because that's all you get. You get Glorfindel and his Wind Riders. And then you also get Gandalf, which is the same as Gandalf the Grey in Gondor, but you can't make him Gandalf the White, so you'll only get his dark form with the ring, which is actually bad. But to be fair, all the ring heroes of Arnor, the 2 heroes even, out of the 2 of them, I would go Arvedui every day. When Arvedui goes full mad with the ring, he buffs elite units even more. Like, come on. Just elite boosting and hero boosting is the perfect combination. And Arnor Charge of the Prince isn't that bad. It makes him a decent hero killer. You can also mount on a horse, again similar to Faramir. Got Hope for the Kingdom. Heroes in the vicinity gain damage and armor. So you're, instead of being like Gondor, which is all focused and centric on being the elite bastion against Mordor, you're the elite bastion against Angmar. But your heroes are more coexistent together. Instead of being like the heroes of Gondor, which are mostly like a family, this faction actually performs like a family as well as is an actual family. Because Arathant is the father of Arvedui, and Arvedui is the father of Arnor. There's also a few other Arnor heroes that we could talk about, but yeah. We also get them, we get Glorfindel and his Wind Riders. 1600 for a unit that does not perform at 1600 resource cost is not a good investment. Neither is the fact that first you need to get Glorfindel for that. I'm still going to get Glorfindel, it's pretty good, but not yet. First, Kurdan. Kurdan is 10 times better than Glorfindel. At level 1 at least. And yeah, Enchanted Anvil decreases the cost of armor, or upgrades of Arnor. Units become camouflaged. Why would you want to be camouflaged? The only thing you want to be camouflaged for are your rangers, which already do that when they just stand still. Or are just, you know, out of range of things. Decrease the melee vulnerability of the fortress, and then heals troops and revives heroes faster. The reviving heroes faster bit is good, but for 15, for 300 even, that's actually good. 300, for 300 is good, it's worth it. But still, to pay 1500 to get that to start with, no. No, don't get this unless you're doing it as a troll moment in the very end of the game. Or if your enemy does not build a single pikeman in their entire game. Those are like the two things you need to think of. Are they building siege? Are they building a lot of siege? If so, then maybe some cavalry is good. You don't need to build the cavalry building. But again, outposts, you can build 3 buildings. So you could build your cavalry and then 2 resource buildings. Why not do that? Yeah, Kurdan, same as in Lardris. Damage. Then gives vision of everything. And Linden watchtowers do some cool stuff. Yeah, Guardians of Linden also get discounts from the townhouse. So it makes sense to go all elites. It's like so important. But the Wind Riders are not discounted by the elites either. Are not actually discounted from the elites, I'm fairly certain. That's, if they were 2,000 to start with, that would be 20% off. That's not 20% off, that's 25% off. So yeah, Wind Riders will get discounted by the farm building, which, by the way, again, we don't build because Ranger tents are better. Because Rangers are better in general. But yeah, let's just get Amphibian Rangers to laugh at the fact that that's a bug that hasn't been fixed. And I think that's been there since the Ranger tent was first introduced with Arnor. Where is Golan? He's at our base. Okay, I'm going to move my entire army back to my base. I'm going to deal with that. Yeah, Glorfindel also super expensive. He's the second most expensive hero of Arnor. And that's saying a lot because Arvidui is the 3rd most expensive and he's only 2,200. Like, yeah, Gandalf's 4,000 and that's Gandalf. So, what do we want to show off? Do we want to show off Arvidui, which just kind of becomes an asshole? Or do we want to show off Gandalf the Dark? Since we kind of haven't shown off Gandalf the Challenge Master either. We've only really shown off Boromir Ring Hero for Gondor. I might as well show off Gandalf the Dark. The Dark one.
Be alert.
Come on, Carthian, run faster.
Death from the shadows. Trust me.
Trust me.
The ring has been dropped.
So who do we give it to? I'm going to leave this up to chat. See what they think. What should we do? Oh yeah, this also dies super quickly. I hate this building so much. I'm just going to demolish it because I can. Who do we give the ring to? Who do we give it to? Do we give it to Arvidui or do we give it to Gandalf? I'm going to give it to Gandalf. Screw it. All that Arvidui does is make elite units even better. Gandalf makes everyone annoyed at him. And he's also moved super slow. Yeah, Dark Gandalf is actually bad. But yeah, once Gandalf has got the ring, you can actually see on here what it does. Gandalf now deals planar damage. All damage and spell effects can hit friendly units. 100% magic damage and armor. All units become frightened of him briefly when he attacks. Minus 20% speed. Gandalf can no longer ride shadow effects and all ability charge effects change. Bring function for Arvidui. Arvidui takes the wrong ring and is increasingly seduced by its dark power. It accepts massive losses to the battle and find the worthiest soldiers and his new abilities support heroes while weakening normal troops. So if actually we went for Arvidui to start with, we'd actually be stronger than what we are right now. And yeah, they are actually Amphibian Rangers. Oh god, they suck. That sucks. Are we missing any heroes? Alright, Glorfindel. Am I going to get Glorfindel? No. But we can now get the army of Gondor. But yeah, Dark Gandalf, he has a Flame of Udun, so he no longer has Wizard Blast. He loses that for Flame of Udun, which is basically the same, but it's a Flame of Udun. Lightning Sword is dark and red. Gandalf's Words, he makes his spells more powerful and recharge faster, so that's just a way of making him, the fact that he's now spellbound. And yeah, his attack can actually hurt your allies, so be very wary of that. Let's make Arnor the Prince, the heir apparent. Command type building in an area to be fully replenished. Like, why would you not want that? It's a second rebuild. A second rebuild in a faction that already gets a rebuild and is super defensive to start with. And then we have Edain. We're actually going to go up here and rebuild that building we lost. Yeah, Edain is basically a base game Gandalf without, not base game Gandalf, base game Aragorn, something they can mount. But he's base game Aragorn with 2 of his abilities. He doesn't have all of his abilities though. Yeah, then we have the Dark Lightning. Then we also have Light Ray of the Maiar, which is Starry Light but dark, as you can imagine. Then Dark Word of Power, again, this is the Dark Word of Power. Burns trees, and specifically Ents will burn to ash. Like, if that doesn't explain how dangerous that kind of ability is, I don't know what does. We got level 10 Pantic cards. Oh my god. Yeah, we're not going to get Gandalf level 10. We're not going to show him all off. But he's basically this normal Gandalf made evil. And here come the Linden Guardians, the Banners of Linden. Level 3, they can switch their weapons. At level 5, they gain extra damage but lose armor and speed. That's not really that good. Yeah, our Dunedain Rangers. Even a plague couldn't kill off our elite Dunedain. And then they just slowly heal while outside of combat. And then we've got our Royal Knights, which can now give armor, which I haven't been doing. We're now at 4 command points. Not sure how. Alright, the Linden Guardians take a lot of command points. Yeah, normally I just get Kurdan. I don't actually get the Linden Elves. The Linden Elves are good, but they're small units. They're easy to kill. And honestly, the Royal Guards kind of make up for the losses that those kind of units can make.
My arrows will fly true.
But you also get the Prince. Allied heroes in his vicinity temporarily gain damage, armor, and their abilities recall are fully refreshed. So that's just a straight up Elrond ability that Arnor gets. And when he's a ranger, instead you get unexpected salvo of the rangers of vanilla. But you also get like another ability that does the same thing, and I think a insta speed Dunedain refresh, which is like, why would you want that when you could just boost all your heroes, which are your best units, on top of the fact that your elites can survive longer? Because yeah, look at our front line. It's been devastated, but our heroes stand strong. But Gandalf in this form, he's probably done half the killing of this battle here in this fortress. He's done half the damage to our own forces. Gandalf the Challenge Master, 100% better. Should always get Gandalf the Challenge Master. And Arnor in Arnor. If you don't get Boromir with Gondor, that is. But yeah, Arnor is just the perfect thing for Arnor. And Gandalf is just kind of that. This is a hero that's there. So hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you next time on YouTube. Don't worry about everyone on Twitch.